Hey, trucker.
Yeah, Mayor.
I've been dreading to ask you this question for a while because I know how you feel.
Okay.
How do you like the movie Full Metal Jacket?
Oh, absolutely. Mayor, do you like Full Metal Jacket?
Of course I do. I've
Let's
been
talk about it.
I've been dreading this one because the I've never met somebody yell
Look,
more quotes of a movie that you shouldn't be yelling quotes from than you.
look. The main takeaway from this movie is I know it's supposed to be an anti-war film. It's supposed to be dark. It's supposed to be gritty. But you cannot watch this movie with me and not hear me laugh like a child for the first hour and 15 minutes of the movie. It's too funny.
the
It's
the first time I watched this movie, the first 15 minutes had to be rewound 30 times because I could not pay attention because I was on the floor.
you know what's crazy about this though? We almost didn't get that.
I know.
Um, for all those who don't know, and seeing as Mayor joked about it, this could be a 3 hour long episode, but we'll try to he'll try to keep me in check.
We're going to try to keep this reasonable, but this might be one of our longer episodes.
Um, if you remember in the movie, the door gunner for the helicopter, you know, war is hell.
Such a good
That
movie.
was That was supposed to be the guy that played Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. But Arlie Ermy was basically working as like a Hollywood consultant for military type stuff. So Kubrick got Arlie Ermy, and Ermy was like, "That's not what we did. That's not how we did it. You're thinking about this like a Hollywood director. You know, I'm gonna do something." But he didn't warn Kubrick that he was gonna do it. And he didn't warn any of the other extras he was going to do it either. He literally went and dressed up in his actual uniform from the time, showed up and just started drilling people. And Kubrick was like, damn, roll camera, roll camera.
He said some of the most foul things, and he was very correct, and in his core you were all equally worthless, and then he decided to express those things in many
Just
words.
that one 10-minute section of the movie is probably the most clipped and viewed section of that movie, period.
My absolute favorite line from that entire thing, which we're not far enough in to quote directly, but it's hell, I like you. You can come over and have relations with my sister.
Punches him in the
Yeah,
gut.
and then he punches him.
You little scumbag. I got your name. I got your. Mm. You will not laugh. You will not cry. You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you.
He did a
I
very.
can't watch. I can't watch the movie with a straight face. I laugh every time.
I would have been bounced in and out of basic in Vietnam if that's how they
Like
really talk to you because I wouldn't be able to handle it. I'd be on the ground so
it.
much.
It's like I would have literally been in Gomer Pyle's position.
Yeah, same here. I would have been.
I would have been laughing too damn hard, and I would have been getting smoked and just absolutely destroyed for laughing because it's hilarious.
I
Some of the some of the stuff he was saying was so funny. It's like
I would laugh my way
It's
all the way to the gallows that my fellow
but
soldiers would have
like
marched me to.
I'll give Kubrick this one time credit because he drove that poor lady in The Shining crazy. But when it came to Full Metal Jacket, his incessant need for perfection actually made it work because it further desensitized and broke down all of the extras to where they look like they were in the actual hell that was Vietnam. And there's all these little minor details that you just catch on, you know, subsequent viewings when you're actually looking for it. Like, how did Lawrence, Private Pyle, get ammunition into the barracks? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is weird.
Like, well, no, there's actually a spot where you can see him sleight of hand it
Oh yeah, that's right. When they're doing range day, he's
when
slipping
they're
bullets in
when
his
they're doing
pockets.
when they're doing the range day stuff. He actually slips a full magazine into a pocket. You can see him do it. It's crazy. And you're like, how did he do that? And then you rewind and you're like, oh, that's how he did it.
Yeah, Pyle kills Hartman,
Hmm.
our beloved sergeant, pretty early on, and then uh
Well, you're like halfway through the movie at that point.
right, and then
It just feels like it happens early on because the first hour of the movie goes by so fast.
after all that feel good stuff and basic, you get to go see the war, and then you get to see the coolest side character for all of 35 seconds, Animal, who is mag dumping an M60 into a building that is not firing back at him, which is absolutely bizarre, but he's clearly touched.
A little bit.
Then they have a super cool fight at the end of the movie, and then they sing the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse song for some reason.
I actually want to talk about that one because the ending of that movie gets overlooked so much because it's just weird. But think about what they're doing.
Yeah,
You've got an entire, you know, group of guys who just went through some very hellacious stuff. They know that there's an entire, you know, platoon of enemies somewhere. But instead of being like, we're just going to relocate quietly and try to flush them out, this entire group of American Marines are singing the Mouseketeers thing, like the old school Mickey Mouse Club theme as loudly as they can. And it's like, okay, that's crazy. Because not only are they giving away their position, they don't care that they're giving away their position. And it's just that's the action of a guy or a group of guys who have seen too much and just want out. It's crazy to me.
yeah, that's it was a wild movie, but it's definitely worth watching at least once.
And then coming back to it as often as you can.
Through the best way to watch movies currently is in 137 minute and 30-second clips on YouTube Shorts.
And they all overlap too. It's never like hard cuts where you can at least string them together. No, 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 no. They literally just kind of overlap and take the weirdest cuts, and oh well.
That's how I've watched 60% of the Green Book and almost 100% of Schindler's List. I've missed a few scenes in Schindler's List, and I had to go and watch the very ending of that movie. I just went and looked up the final scene because the YouTube Shorts people were not getting to it quick enough, and I wanted to know how it ended. But we're not talking about Schindler's List right now. It's on the list though.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where you have to be very careful
It's a good
because
movie.
it can mess you up hard.
Yeah, don't. We'll get into it when we get into it. But
Oh, and also fair warning: if you haven't seen Full Metal Jacket and you want to go see it, it's a dark movie.
yeah,
Yeah, we've been laughing and yeah, we've been funny ha-haing about it, but it goes from funny haha to holy shit really quick.
yeah, we were fortunate enough to find the movie when we were in a good headspace. If you are not, or you're getting a little squirrely, uh, pass up on it for a little while until you're feeling better.
You need to That's one of those movies where you need to go in it with the right mindset because if you don't, um,
It's bad.
you'll come out the other end a lot more messed up than you went in.
Yeah, you need to. This is one of those times where you need to be at your best before you go in there because it's not going to ruin your day. But if your day is already bad, oh boy, will your day be ruined after that. That's genuinely, very seriously, do not watch this movie if you're even feeling slightly off. It'll put you over the edge.
Very.
But I think that's a very important place to leave it just because
That's
of the
pretty.
nature of this movie.
That's a pretty good one, yeah.
So we like to end these things in the traditional way of recommending a song and or band. So I'll take this one away with the most thematically correct of songs, that being "Man in the Box" by Alice in Chains.
I'll go with Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Brilliant.